All right, we are on video 2. So Maria is framing 2 pictures she bought from the store. So a lot of kids ask me about this problem, but when they asked me, they had no pictures drawn. So you don't have to draw fancy pictures, just draw pictures that help you sort of see what's happening. She has 2 picture frames, and she's going to put a frame around the outside. So what are we using if we're putting a frame around the outside of a picture? That's going to be perimeter. And we're going to do it on 2 different pictures. And the measurements are 8 by 12. So I know if this one's 8, this is also 8. That one's 12, this is 12. We've got 8, 8, 12, 12. So if we add all of these sides up, we put a piece of wood here, we put a piece of wood here, 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 and all the way around this one, that's going to be the perimeter of 2 picture frames. So that's 20, 40, so this one's 40. If that one's 40, this one's 40. 40 plus 40 is 80 inches. So the perimeter around both picture frames is 80 inches. All right, Daniel's painting his bedroom. So unless he's like in the attic room, I'm imagining his bedroom wall is a rectangle, right? If the wall measures 6 2/5 by 9 3/8, what is the least amount of paint that he should buy to cover the whole wall? So if he's covering the wall with paint, that's going to be area. So area of a rectangle is length times width. And don't freak out because they're fractions. You can just put those in your calculator. My calculator doesn't do fractions, so I have to do decimals. 9 and 4, no, 6 and 4/10 times 9.375. I get 60. 60 feet squared. Did anybody else get that? Yeah. Okay, good. All right, Amanda's parents are letting her choose which bedroom will be hers in their new house. Bedroom A is a 10 and 6/10 by 12. Bedroom B is this, and bedroom C says 11 feet on all sides. What is bedroom C shaped like? A square, because it's 11 feet on all sides. So she's got 3 rooms, this one, and then a square room. So when we moved into our house, I let my oldest daughter pick her room first. So she did this exact problem. There were 3 bedrooms to pick from. She looked at all of the square feet on all of them to see which one was the biggest, and that's the one that she picked. So this one is 10.6 by 12, and this one is 15 by 7.5, and this one is 11 by 11. So bedroom A is 127.2 square feet. Bedroom B, 15 by 7.5, is 112.5 square feet, and I know 11 times 11 is 121 square feet. So the largest room is A at 127.2 feet squared. Number 11, Jamie's buying a frame for a painting that he made in art. The painting is 15 and 4/10 inches long and 20.5 inches wide. Does it matter which number we put where? It really doesn't. It doesn't make a difference. Length and width, or we can multiply in any order or add in any order. How much framing material does he need? So we need to add up for the frame, another frame question. So 20.5, 15.4. Let's see, that's 41, 71.8 inches. All right. I want to build an area for my dog to run around in the backyard. I would like for my dog to have 45 square feet of space to run around in. So I know that the formula for area of a rectangle is length times width. So I'm looking for 2 numbers that if you multiply them, you get 45. So the easiest one that I can think of is 9 times 5. I could build him a little space to play that's 9 times 5. But there are some other ones that you might have come up with. A little longer, more skinny rectangular yard would be a 15 by 3. And I guess if you really wanted to, you could give that poor dog a really, really long yard that's 45 feet long and 1 feet wide. He would just be able to run laps back and forth in that yard. So it wouldn't be very much fun, but it still works. All 3 of these work. Did anybody come up with a fraction? I guess you could have done like 2 times 22.5. There's some fractions that could work as well. So if you want me to check your fraction, I will. All right, find the area and the perimeter of the triangle. So area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. So 9 times 5 is 45 divided by 2, 22.5 inches squared. Perimeter is just adding up the three numbers. So we got 1424.3 inches. All right, next triangle. This little measurement here is just telling us how tall the triangle is. It's telling us the height, which is right here, because the other three measurements don't tell us that. So 1/2 base times height. Okay, I'm going to do this one in my calculator. 16.5 times 8 gives me 132. Don't forget to divide it by 2 for the triangle. And I get 66 centimeters squared. You can either divide by 2 or multiply by 1/2. That's the same thing. And then perimeter is adding up the outsides. Plus 16.5 plus 19.4, 55.3 centimeters. All right, Mr. Smith is cutting material to make a sail for his sailboat. So a sailboat, the material in the sailboat has to cover the whole triangle, or else your boat's not going to sail very far because the wind's not going to catch it. So that's area. His triangular sailboat has a base that measures 15 and a height of 22. What's the least amount of material that he needs for his sail? So that's going to be 22, 1/2 times 22 times 15, because that's the formula. 1/2 base times height. So it's 11 times 15, 165 feet squared. And the reason why some kids got confused because it said, what is the least amount of material? So when he goes to buy the material, he has to buy 165 feet squared. But if he bought 170, would that be enough? Yeah. If he bought 300, would he have enough? Yeah, he could almost make 2 at that point. So he could buy more, but he needs to have at least that much in order to make a sail big enough for his boat. All right, if he puts a border around the edge, like a decoration of some kind, then he wants it like a color to look nice. That's perimeter, so we just add up all the sides. Plus 18.5 plus 55.5 feet. All right, circle all of the following that could be the measurements of a circle. So I know that with the circle, what I said before on the other page is that pi gives us circumference divided by diameter should equal 3.14. Also, diameter times 3.14 should equal the circumference. So we could do this a couple of different ways. If you want to take the diameter, 6 times 3.14, it should give us 22.4, but it doesn't. And another way to see this is if we divide 22.4 divided by 6, we should get pi, right? Nope. So this one is not a circle. It doesn't work because there's no pi involved. Circles always have pi. This one we could do circumference, 15.7 divided by 5. That looks like a circle to me. All right, so I'm going to circle this one for now, but I'm also going to go backward and just say, can I do the diameter times 3.14 and get 15.7? Yeah. This is looking, the ratio of this one is right. All right, how about this one? 25.12 divided by 8. Aha, there's another one. And just to be sure, I'm going to do 8 times 3.14, and I should get, that's a circle. All right, this one has a circumference of 23.5 divided by 7. Nope. And then if I do 3.14 times 7, I should get 23.5, but I don't. So this one is not a circle. So the answers were B and C. All right. Now on the back, I want you to write this. On the quiz, I will use my STAR calculator, STAR formula sheet. First your formula sheet, then your calculator. Plug in the numbers and then use your calculator. Easy quiz grade.